finished Wolverhampton Wanderers 2, Everton 1 today at Molineux Stadium. Hope you guys are keeping well and safe. It's Dave from Talking Wolves. Giving my thoughts on today's win, and it feels weird having a league game, being able to win, do it back in the car of an evening. It feels like the Europa League days all over again. But yeah, really solid win this Monday evening against Everton. Wolves starting lineup, Jose starting goal, back three of Connor Cody, Romain Sace, Max Kilman, Aït-Nouri on the left, Semedo on the right, Neves and Moutinho in the middle, Jimenez up front with Hwang Chan and Francisco Trincao either side of him. First half was very strong. Really good first half from Wolves. Everton sat really deep, which I suppose you could expect after their sort of drubbing last week. You know, Benitez, at least in the first half, wanted to try and make them possibly a little bit more sound defensively, but Wolves did really well, punished them. Just some of the football was some of the most attractive football we've played in a few games, if I'm honest. First 3 games we were really strong, and it's sort of been up and down over the last few weeks or so, but today much better. And we actually had the ball in the back of the net. Looked like it had been a goal, looked like it was absolutely fine, but VAR got in the way. It was Hwang Chan actually who put the ball in the back of the net. A really nice move again, but I've seen pictures of it since, and he was offside. Obviously, right decision, no real controversy there. And I was worrying then that maybe, like it had done in the past, the VAR decision going against us is a bit of a sucker punch, but it wasn't. We continued, and in the end, made the breakthrough, corner ball in, Ryan Aït-Nouri on the corner, in fact, and Max Kilman finally scoring a goal, and it's a beautiful header into the back of the net. And Kilman, there's actually been whispers on social media that he may well be called up to the upcoming England squad. And I think on a performance like today, Gareth Southgate in the crowd, we may well see Kilman in the England squad, which would be an unbelievable achievement for him. But who knows? We'll keep our eyes peeled on that one. And in the end, Wolves able to capitalise on a mistake as well. Dreadful back pass by Ben Godfrey. And how often do we... I don't think we see these sort of errors happen against us often. So it's nice to see it happen in our favour. Jimenez has still got a little bit to do, but it's a beautiful little dinked finish over Jordan Pickford to give us that 2-goal lead. And the fact that we could carry that 2-goal lead into half-time, I think, was crucial, really. Second half was a little bit more disappointing for me. Look, I wasn't expecting us to be on the front foot and have our foot firmly on the gas again. I was expecting Everton to come out at us a little bit more. They were doing that towards the end of the first half, putting that pressure on a little bit higher. And it made life a little bit more difficult for us. But a little bit more disappointing second half. Obviously, we did what we needed to do to get the win, but we just made it difficult for ourselves. However, saying that, we did create some good opportunities throughout the half. Trincao had one in particular, a beautiful run through from Hwang Chan, forced to Trincao, who literally just got to put it on target and it will go into the back of the net, and he puts it wide. Jimenez and Hwang Chan combining really well for a good counter-attacking move. Neither of them really putting their foot through it to score a goal. And then I think was it 2-0? We had the chance. Where the referee actually gave a penalty. He blew and pointed at the spot, and in the end, I'd assume VAR or the assistant referee said, "Look, it's a free kick," and we made a bit of a mess of that. But Everton did get their goal in the end. I think it was a bit of a pinball in and around the area, and it was Alex Iwobi in the end who managed to put the ball in the back of the net. And then for the last moments of the game, really, it was really pressure on Wolves. It took a while again for Bruno to make those changes. But for me, I probably would have brought Podence or Adama on just slightly earlier. I think Trincao first half, I thought Trincao was solid. Second half, for me, just wasn't in the game enough. And I would have possibly made that change just a little bit earlier, especially when Everton were pushing. There were a couple of times on the counter-attack where we could have done with that extra pace or power. But I think Jose Sarr made an unbelievable stop as well. From where I was sat, it looked like a great save to stop Everton from grabbing an equaliser. But we saw out the game. We got 3 points. We can't be too picky because first half for me was phenomenal. We played really well. And spells of the second half, good counter-attacking football, playing really well. I think the back three did what they needed to do today. I thought Sace, Cody and Kilman was strong and did what they needed to do. Semedo had a really strong performance for me as well going forward. And so did Aït-Nouri. I think Aït-Nouri has shown now why he should be in the team ahead of Marcel. If Marcel returns and is available next week, I think Aït-Nouri has every right to keep his place in the team. For Neves and Moutinho did what they needed to do and marshal the midfield well. And the front three as well. Jimenez is looking like his old self again, just becoming a bit of a nuisance. Fantastic finish for the goal. And Trincao and Hwang had good, strong moments as well. Look, I think the only negatives are really that we're invited so much pressure on, but we saw out the win. 3 points, can't complain too much. 13 points out of a possible 15 now, so really, really strong form, and hopefully we can continue that throughout November and have a really strong month as we go into a tricky December. As always, guys, be sure to hit the like button down below, subscribe to the channel if you're new, let me know your thoughts on today's victory, and until next time, I'll see you all very, very soon.